Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Kuroko no Basket, or Kuroko's basketball, has an absolutely legendary following in Japan. If you've been to Japan in the last few years, especially when the anime was still airing, and walked into just any anime merchandise stores like Animate, you would see rows and rows of Kuroko merchandise, from figures to shirts to towels. Pretty much everything you can think of had a Kuroko product. Even though the anime has ended, Kuroko has been promoting its upcoming movie, Kuroko No Basket Last Game, as it's set to premiere March 18th next month in Japan. The premise of the story begins with an American street basketball team called Jabberwock coming to Japan and plays a friendly match with a Japanese team. The Japanese team gets absolutely crushed, and the team members of Jabberwock starts mocking Japanese basketball. Of course, Riko's father gets pissed, and so he gathers the Generation of Miracles to make a team along with Kuroko and Kagami for a revenge match against Jabberwock. Basically, it's an excuse to see the Generation of Miracles work as a team against another team that is probably around the level of an NBA team, although their style is more street ball at the beginning. But who didn't dream of seeing all of the Generation of Miracles on one team again since the beginning of the anime? They might seem super OP at first, but as you know with Kuroko, both sides have their unique skill set that would make every match interesting. But what's even more interesting is that this movie, The Last Game, is doing an official collaboration with the NBA, having each of its members of the Generation of Miracles join an NBA team that would match their unique skills. Or doesn't match. This collaboration exists solely online at the moment and will probably extend to merchandise sold only in Japan. It will not be extended to North America. But anyways, here's where each of them joined in the order of release. Kagami on the Chicago Bulls as number 10, Midorima on the Boston Celtics as number 6, Akashi on the Lakers as number 4, Kuroko on the Spurs as number 11, Atsushi on the Phoenix Suns as number 9, Ryota on the Golden State Warriors as number 7, and finally, Aomine on the Cleveland Cavaliers as number 5. Okay, so let's go through each of these one by one. Kagami on the Chicago Bulls is probably a reference to Jordan's airtime. Kagami's airwalk is pretty much just him able to stay in the air for a ridiculous amount of time, just like how Jordan is able to dunk from the free throw line. Next, we have Midorima on Boston, which is probably a reference to Ray Allen's three-point shooting. But I think if they put Midorima in the Golden State Warriors as a reference to Curry's three-point shooting skills, it would make more sense. Next is Akashi on the Lakers, obviously referencing Kobe's ability to 1v1 anyone on the court, as Akashi's Emperor Eye can see the smallest details in a person's movements, thus allowing him to see the future of his opponent's moves. Next up, we have probably the most obvious choice with Kuroko on the San Antonio Spurs, as their strength lies in teamwork and their ridiculous passing chemistry, giving Kuroko the best environment to succeed as his skill set revolves around passing. Next is Atsushi on the Phoenix Suns, which is the only one I'm actually having trouble understanding. Maybe a reference to Tyson Chandler in Phoenix, but that's really recent and it seems like all the characters before are references to older players. Next we have Ryota Kisei on the Golden State Warriors, which I think is also a mistake as he's more like Kobe in the sense that he's able to copy moves and bring them out with ease, just like how Kobe copied Jordan's moves and is able to replicate them easily. Lastly, we have Aomine on the Cleveland Cavaliers, most likely as a reference to LeBron, to his agility and ability to score anywhere on the court. So there you have it, the full list. Do you agree with the collaborations? Or do you think some of them could be put onto better matching teams? As usual, let me know in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, and follow Tokyosaurus on social media for Japanese culture tweets and video updates. And make sure you're subscribed so you can get the latest things people are talking about in Japan right in your inbox. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.